Hey everyone, welcome into Warp Factor 10, our show about all things Star Trek. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley of Burleyman Gaming and Turn-Based Carl. Obviously, today we're not talking about gaming, we're talking about Star Trek Lower Decks. So Season 3 has begun. So, of course, this is our reactions to Season 3, Episode 1, called Grounded. So obviously, this is going to have spoilers in it, so this is your spoiler warning. Yeah, if you have not seen the episode, please go to Paramount Plus and watch the episode and then come back and enjoy our episode. So yeah, we're talking about this first episode of the new season of Lower Decks. So basically it started off, guys, from what happened at the end of season 2. We're not going to get into that so much, but of course, Captain Freeman, obviously she's being interrogated, and she's under lock and key for the things that went on at the end of season 2. And obviously her daughter, Mariner, is up to, trying to figure out what to do. And she's in San Francisco, my hometown, my home city. And she's making fun of the Golden Gate Bridge, and she's making fun of bridges, obviously. And why do we need a bridge? We don't use cars. We don't need bridges anymore. And she's throwing, yeah, and she's just destroying San Francisco there, and throwing plants up against the wall. Yeah, she's typical Mariner. So what did you guys think of the beginning of the episode? Carl, I'll start with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we didn't get to, but with Boimler at the grape farm, like vineyard. It was not even a vineyard. That's the thing. I think it was funny that
Yeah,
they're like kind of doing the Picard thing, but it's like no, like it's not cool. Like we don't make wine. It's just grapes. Actually, it's just like raisins or something. He just talks about drying them.
Yeah, and then all those girls are coming up to him. The staff there is like trying to get him to,
yeah.
help
they're
them.
so blatant, and he's just like, just go away, and he's telling them like,
Boiler, man.
Just the answer. I don't know that they're gonna address that again, right? But it was interesting. Like, if there's a reason beyond that, or it's just a joke,
I think it's just a joke. But now, how many people are switching their careers to work on a grape farm?
Yeah. So anyway, she's got her ideas, and there's so many like references to First Contact in this episode, which is kind of cool. They actually go to that area, where Zephram Cochrane, launched the vessel that, of course, made first, that the Vulcan saw that made First Contact and everything. And it's funny how it's kind of like
the first warp flight,
the first warp flight. Yeah. And it's funny how it's like, it was kind of like an amusement park. It's like
the merch, they had the hats, they had like the hat that looked like his hat that they were wearing. It's like,
yeah.
They had that when they're in the ship, and they had the hologram of him, and he plays the music, and I'm like, this is great. This is funny.
Yeah.
This is kind of like that's what they would do, right? Why not?
Yeah, and good old James Cromwell, man. James Cromwell, yeah, of course, voicing him, Zephram Cochrane. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, Beckett has this whole like crazy idea that she can fix this somehow, like to go on this silly adventure to try to get Boimler's logs and that he takes his personal logs.
Yeah.
They go to the transporter guy.
Yeah, the transporter guy. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, it was good stuff.
It kind of reminded me of Rick and Morty, the one where like the Purge planet, and they have to go to like they go with like that tower. Is it like there's the old guy in the building, and he wants to just like read them his story, and they're like, fine. It's just like this like weird kind of old guy. But then he's like, no, this guy in this episode, he's like, you're not here to knock me out like everyone else, huh? So you can transfer him to do something.
Yeah.
He's like, totally onto them. Yeah. But then he's just like into it. He agrees with them. It was good.
Yeah. Well, it shows you maybe you don't have to knock out every security guard. You could just talk to them. Maybe they're so lonely. You spend 15, 20 minutes with them, humanize them. Then they'll just let you do what you need to do.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like they get back to the Cerritos, and it's like, yeah, what were those like jelly type creatures that were like attaching themselves to the hull
I don't
and
know what they're
everything?
called. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember what they were called either, but yeah, it's like, and then of course they were inside the ship, and yeah, it was a mess, of course, but yeah, but yeah, I mean,
So
like,
they go
go
to.
go ahead, man. Yeah. Mhm.
I love when they go to Cisco's, his
Yeah.
restaurant, which is the
Yeah.
deep. Obviously, if you're a Deep Space Nine fan,
Yeah.
Cisco's restaurant.
Yep.
And if you know the other reference that they had was that the hot sauce was called Ketracel White Hot.
The Ketracel Light, yeah, for the Dominion,
I love
yeah.
it's the Jem'Hadar,
Yeah, the
Ketracel
Dominion
White
War,
that they're,
yeah. So,
drug that they're addicted to. I'm like, that's a great reference. Good job.
yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah,
Deep Space, any Deep Space Nine stuff is always going to get me, and I know there's going to be a big one when we saw in the trailer for the season coming up somewhere.
yeah, and I'm going to play that here for all of you. But yeah, there were a lot of references to the Next Generation and to also Voyager as well.
Oh, yeah, Tuvok. They showed Tuvok for a second.
Yep.
Mentioned him.
Commander Tuvok now, yeah. And Morgan Bateson. Good old Morgan Bateson from I think it was the Cause and Effect episode that they came through the temporal causality loop, and it was Kelsey Grammer. Kelsey Grammer, yeah, and it was from Kirk's time back in like 2278 or something like that. So they had been going through this loop for for almost 80 years, whereas the Enterprise D in the Next Generation episode, they had gone through it for like 2 weeks. Yeah. But at the very end of the episode is Captain Morgan Bateson, so Kelsey Grammer. So yeah, now he's with Tuvok and he's a security guy. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So yeah, what other parts of the episode did you guys like?
Got something, Burley? I got something.
I was gonna say overall I just enjoyed it. Like I'm trying to think of standout moments that we haven't already talked about. I do love when her mother comes through. Just a little bit before there, you got the other the officers of being like, "Oh, I'm glad to see you ensigns taking charge and doing things and not just doing the bare minimum and all that." And then they're like, "Okay, so you do have a captain's orders here to say that you're doing this and helping with the creatures. We'll help you and all that, don't you? Which captain? Come on, captain's got to approve of this." And they're like,
Yeah, that was great. I was gonna say I love the fact that like when the mother comes in and they talk to them and they reveal like, no, everything's fine now. Like I got off, and they tell you the whole story, and they show you sort of like scenes briefly of like what happened. They're like, oh, they went on this mission. They found this information that the Packlids lied and they made up this video and whatever. And I'm like, and there was always them all along that they were just trying to manipulate everyone. And it's just like, yeah, that was the actual Star Trek episode that you didn't watch. That was like the main cast. And these were the idiots trying to do something stupid that didn't work. It's like, perfect. That's exactly what the show is.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, a lot of references to a lot of the other Star Trek shows and the movies, and it's interesting how it's like if you look at the image of season 3 of Lower Decks, it kind of is a reminder of episode 3 of the Star Trek film Search for Spock. So yeah, I mean, lots of references to the films, and of course in this episode, obviously First Contact. So yeah, it's good stuff. And as you can see here, they're going to Deep Space Nine this coming season. So yeah, I'm excited for what we're going to get. So yeah,
it's a fun episode. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Well, I love that her own mother's like, I want you to still be in Starfleet, but I can't be clear-headed with you for punishment and all that, because I know I'm your mother and all that. I always want to help you and all that. So I'm getting this random other guy here to watch you like a hawk, and you screw up, you're out.
Right.
That's actually her first officer, though. So I don't know if you haven't
Yeah.
watched a lot of the show.
I have not. I've watched a couple episodes. I will be completely honest, but
They've
I am
they've
enjoying
had
it. I am enjoying it.
Yeah.
They don't like each other. Well, she doesn't like him specifically, but
Right. And she makes it crystal clear at the end of the episode, it's like, no. So, yeah. All right. So that's been our review and reactions to Star Trek Lower Decks, season 3, episode 1. So if you have any comments about what you thought of episode 1 of season 3, please drop some comments below. We'd be happy to hear from you and see what you think of the upcoming season and what's in store for the crew of the Cerritos. So we're looking forward to hearing from you. And if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to hit that like and the subscribe and the notification bell for a new video whenever we drop one here on the Arena Productions. We drop them quite frequently. Obviously, we have our video game news podcast, the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast. We also have a Marvel show and a Star Wars show. And of course, we started a new fantasy series, which we're doing House of the Dragon episodes. So lots of stuff. So if you're into any of that, and as well as our Star Trek episodes that we do here, please hit that notification bell. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley of Burleyman Gaming and Turn-Based Carl. We hope to catch you in the next episode of our review and reactions to Star Trek Lower Decks. So until the next episode, we hope to catch you in the next one. So take care, everyone. Peace out.